Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We will be starting shortly. Hi, Mr. Ashok Ajmera. I can see your hand raised. I will unmute you after our management address. On behalf of Punjab and Sindh Bank, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank you all for taking out time and joining us today. I welcome you all again to the virtual analyst meet on the announcement of the Punjab and Sindh Bank's quarter two half year ended September 2020 financial results. As a reminder, all participants are in a listen only mode. Before we begin, I would like to introduce the management who would be addressing today's virtual analyst conference. On the panel from Punjab and Sindh Bank's management, we have Sri Swaroop Kumar Saha, Managing Director and CEO, Sri Kolagal V. Raghavendra, Executive Director, Dr. Ramjas Yadav, Executive Director, and Ms. Mahima Agarwal, CFO. Following the management's address, we will conduct a question and answer session. We have placed all microphones on mute. At the end, during the question and answer session, we will be coordinating for unmuting members for asking questions. I will take you through this process before the Q&A session begins. However, the management will continue to remain unmuted throughout the session. I would now request our Managing Director and CEO, Sri Swaroop Kumar Saha, to address the gathering. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Diksha. And good afternoon to all the participants in this Q2 analyst call of Punjab and Sindh Bank. I will mention some of the highlights of the results that were declared today. The total business at the bank is 1,78,977 crores, showing a growth of 5.60%. The deposits was at 1,05,238 crore, showing a growth of 3.27%. And advances was at 73,739 crore, at showing a growth of 9.12%. The CASA grew by 13.89%. The net profits of the bank significantly improved on a YOY basis to 278 crores. That is a YOY growth of 27.51% and 35.61% on a sequential basis on a Q-on-Q matter. The NIM of the bank has also shown improvement to 3.06. The gross NPA has been significantly brought down by 487 bips on a YOY basis to 9.67%. The net NPA has also shown a similar trend and has been reduced to 2.24%. The provisional coverage ratio has been increased by 472 bips to 89.16%. The cost to income ratio has shown both sequential and quarter downfall. The RAM advances has grown by 16.18%. The breakup of the growth story of RAM is retail has grown by 18.95%, agriculture at 11.86%, and MSME at 17.46%. The net interest income has also shown a satisfactory improvement of 25.61% on a YOY basis. The return on assets was at 0.84%, showing an improvement of 12 bips. The return on equity also has shown an improvement of 483 bips. The yield on advances stood at 7.67%. The operating profit has shown a sequential growth of 26.19%. These were some of the highlights of the Q2 performance of the bank. And now I am opening the floor for question and answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saha. Everyone, you will notice a small icon next to your name on the screen, a hand sign. Once you press this, it will alert us that you would like to ask a question. We will go around one by one. The analyst asking the question will be unmuted. Upon your request to unmute your mic, I repeat, upon our request to unmute your mic, you will have to click on accept to speak. May I please request you to identify yourself and your firm before asking the question. For those of you who have joined us through the audio call, I request you to kindly WhatsApp me your question. We will ensure that your question is taken. Also, if anyone is having trouble sending a direct message to our chat group, then please forward your question to our WhatsApp numbers. And we will ensure that your questions are read out loud to our panelists. We'll also put our numbers on our chat group for your reference. Mr. Ashok Ajmera, I see your hand raised and I'm unmuting you so that you could speak. Kindly accept my request to unmute and please speak.
For this opportunity. Good afternoon to all of you. Sir, while on year-on-year basis or the quarter last year 21 to 22 basis, the performance seems to be good. But sir, on as compared to Q1 to Q2, I mean on most of the parameters, especially the credit growth, when the whole industry is growing very fast now for last 2 quarters, our bank, in spite of being comparatively having a small base, which has a lot of opportunity to grow faster than other banks, peer banks, has grown only 1.39% on credit. So this is my first question, that why is it that our policies are very rigid, we are too overcautious, or because of the past happenings which has made us overcautious that we are not growing our book, because your CD ratio is still only, I think, 70%. So this is my first question and observation. If you may please answer, then I can go for my another questions.
Yeah, can you have the second question also so I can answer them back to back?
Okay, sir. So now this our slippages also, as compared to the last quarter of 321 crore, has gone up to 377 crore, and cash recovery has gone down from 305 to 192 crores. So, sir, I want to have your view on the future next 2 quarters of the FY23. That how are we placed as regards the total overall slippages and cash recovery target for FY23? This is my another on the recovery front and slippages and NPA movement front. This is my another observation. Third one is that on the treasury front, we seem to have done little better, because in the if you look at the treasury income, 7 crore as against 50 crore of losses. So going forward with the interest rate still hardening up, US Fed has also increased again 70 basis point, and there is a chance of RBI also increasing maybe 50 to 60 basis point. Where do we stand on our treasury book and treasury trading operations, and how are we going to close this FY23? And what is the outlook for that? So advance, credit, and treasury. These are my first three questions and some observations, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ajmera, for your questions. First of all, on the credit growth, that the concern that you have raised regarding the growth of the bank vis-a-vis the growth of the other banks, I like to mention here, yes, on a sequential basis, maybe our growth doesn't seem to be showing a positive trend to a large extent. But if you see the trend of the bank over the last 3 quarters, in the March financial year last year, FY 21-22, we had a year-on-year growth of 3.8%. In Q1 of the bank results, our growth was above 7%. We have brought the growth to the level of 9.12%. We may still argue that this growth is not as per the growth of the system, primarily because the bank has taken a conscious call of rebalancing its portfolio within the corporate and the RAM segment when the bank was going through a rough patch due to mounting losses and a lack of adequate capital. So there was a direction on which the bank had decided that we will be concentrating more on the retail agri MSME segment and reduce our percentage exposure to the total advances in the corporate segment. We are conscious of the fact that we need to grow, and for that matter, if you see our RAM segment growth has been over 16% still in the system, with a healthy growth of retail in 18.95, agriculture at 11.86, and MSME at 17.46, which is more or less in line with the systemic growth in this segment. So we are conscious of this fact that we will try to increase our credit growth in line with the system, but because of the legacy that we had carried for a long time, we are slowly pacing ourselves to that level. So 7% Q1, 9% Q2, maybe around 12% Q3, and we are giving a guidance of over 15% for the financial year end. So we will like to bring that, pace it up in a gradual manner. And if you ask me on what would be the composition of the growth story, we expect that, as I said earlier, also in my earlier Q1 interactions with all of you, that we expect 20 to 22% growth in the RAM segment, and we are looking at a 7.7 to 8% growth in the corporate segment. And to that extent, at least on a YOY basis, we have moved a bit positive we were at a negative trend. So we have reversed the trend a bit, and we have grown 2.53% on the corporate segment also. So we are going to move that upwards, and maybe at around 7 and 8%. So my overall mix of RAM and corporate would be between 54% and 46%, with a bias towards RAM segment. So that was as far as the credit side. On the asset quality side, our sequential slippages though has shown an increase of around 55 crores from 321 crores to 377 crores. That was mainly due to one mid-corporate chunky account of around 75 crores. But what we can tell you, and that we have recovered that additional slippages which beyond Q2 of 54 crores already during the month of October. And in fact, I'm happy to share with you that during the month of October itself, we have already had a recovery and upgradation of over more than 200 crores. So our gross NPA and net NPA has been, gross NPA has come below 10% now. Net NPA is around 2. It is below 2 point, now it is at 2.24%. So we are conscious of the fact that our asset quality has to improve. And as far as your points are regarding recovery and upgradation in the Q2 vis-a-vis Q1, if you refer to our slide number 27, you will find that our actual recovery and upgradation has increased to 505 crores compared to 383 crores in the first quarter. And if I see a half year comparison, and if you see my slide number 28, my half year slippages is 538 crores compared to 1835 crores last year in the same period. So we are moving in that direction. As I said, certain accounts, one of the chunky account had slipped into the NPA category. But for that, we have already provided 50% in that account upfront. And we have provided 210 crores of additional provisions beyond the requirements in this Q2 itself. So that my provision coverage ratio has now increased to 89.1%. So that will give me a cushion of my in my going forward on my asset quality front. And on the treasury front, yes, things do not look, it has tapered a bit, but still it is not that bright. And as far as the treasury income is concerned, we have reversed some negative trend in Q2, as you said, but with a hike which is likely to happen. But I feel that the hike of 50 to 60 bips, as you are estimating, has already been discounted in the market. But we have brought down our modified duration, and we will monitor the situation further and bring down the duration consciously so that we don't have too much of impact on our portfolio. But going by the current trends, we feel that we have a fairly comfortable position in terms of if further something unless or until something drastically moves in the market due to the global situation that we are in.
Thank you, sir. What is our modified duration period now on the
2. Yeah, Diksha, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Saha. Manju, I can see your hand raised for a long time. I'm unmuting you so that you could quickly ask your question. Manju, please accept my request to unmute yourself and go ahead, ask your question.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the asset quality. You are saying that there is a recovery of about 200 crore in October. Can you please explain that bit?
Yeah, because some of the accounts which were, because in the last week of September, we had certain unexpected slippages. So we got very strongly and we moved to the field very strongly. And from that respect, we have already recovered in the MSME segments and in the middle ticket accounts, we recovered around 55 crores from that segment. And we had 1 or 2 good recoveries in the corporate segment, which has made a total of around 200 crores plus.
Okay. So the corporate recovery, is that consortium lending or is just your single lending?
No, it is multiple consortium all mixed.
Okay. So it's not a resolution through the NCLT or anything like that, no?
No. It is not an NCLT resolution.
Okay. And what is your SMA 1 and SMA 2? How does that look?
We have shown in our slide of this number is.
No, I just wanted to know, like, if there will be any unpleasant surprises going forward, so
No,
considering that the
no,
interest
no.
rates are also rising.
I know, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my SMA book in SMA 2 book is
Yeah.
288. SMA 2 above 5 crore is 288 crores. And that we have already reduced to nearly 219 crores by 31st October. My SMA 1 book, which I have shown at above 5 crore as 542 crores, has been reduced to 330 crores already. So, and we have one mid-corporate type account which has been, which is technically NPA as per the regulations, but there is a litigation case going on in a high court, wherein the court has put a stay on classifying the account as NPA. So we are not classified that NPA, but we are holding much above the required provisions. We are already provided for around 40% to that extent.
Okay.
So we have covered that well enough, and we have provided, as I said earlier, additional 210 crores of additional provisions has been already kept in this, which is due to aging and some one or two corporate accounts.
Okay. The SMA 1 you said has been reduced from 542 to 342?
40.
340. Okay.
SMA 1.
Okay. Okay. And what is your outlook for the asset quality? I mean, will there be any surprises considering that the interest rates are rising so quite fast and,
Yeah, but we think, yes, of course, there will be some stress in the SME book because of the accounts which were restructured under various schemes and all that. But we feel that the for our bank of our size, the portfolio that we carry, we are well in control of the things, and there will be no, of course, on the corporate side there is no surprises, and on the small value, small ticket loans, we are monitoring this very closely, and we have created war rooms. We have declared war against NPA. The field functionaries are on the field, on their toes, going after each and every borrower. So let us see how it pans out. But as of now, we have nothing too much to worry about on that front. And if you see our recovery upgradation, I think I missed out that answer of Mr. Ajmera there, that we are giving a guidance of recovery of upgradation of over 2,000 crores for the current year, and already we in the first half year we have done 729 crores. So those things that we have lined up certain NARCL accounts also, which will help us in this process.
NARCL, how much will you transfer?
We are the process is on. As you are aware, the process is all on. But identified accounts is 7 for us.
Okay.
A total amounting to 1579 crores, round about 1600 crores.
Okay,
This
okay.
includes the 2 stray also of 1400 crores.
Okay, okay. 1400 crores Ray also. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, NARCL, but that I think will take some time to transfer. This taking time.
Yeah, it will take, but the pace in which it was earlier moving, that pace has really moved very
Improved.
fast now. And the news are already coming. They have the one resolution is going to happen. There's another resolution of Meenakshi, which is very closely being done. So we are having 7 accounts. We feel that 1 or 2 may have have some conclusion in the current quarter. But in Q4, we expect, yes, some more of them.
Okay, and which other one under NARCL is close to resolution?
We have Jayaprakash Associates,
Okay.
Pioneer Gas Power, GMR, Rajamundry, and Future Retail. We have a very small component. I'm just mentioning the name only, but it is a very small component of our 5 crores. But the major ones are Srei and Jayaprakash, Pioneer, Meenakshi, and GMR.
Okay, okay, okay. And on the deposit front, can you tell me like what are your preparations to? How are you preparing yourself?
Yeah. On the deposit side, as you are observing in the market here again, with the inflation rising and the credit offtake happening in a big way, the bank, all banks are now actually in the market for mobilizing deposits and are offering quite competitive rates in the retail segment now. So to match them or to be competitive, to remain competitive in that market, we have also designed products of 601 days and 300 days. On the 601 days, we already started publicizing the rate of interest now, and we are giving to a level of 7.85% on the super citizen super senior citizen category. So that is the highest level. So and the senior citizen and the normal. So we are prepared. We have taken out a product on the 300 days also. And one more thing that is we have now started is mobilizing of salary accounts.
Okay.
Right. What we are trying to do is that because of our low CASA base, we need to mobilize not only savings account, but we need to mobilize more and more salary
Current.
account.
Okay.
So what we have done is recently in two success stories that I can quote here is that with the municipal corporation of Chandigarh, we have opened 10,000 plus accounts, salary accounts for their employees recently with under a package, and we have also opened more than in the process of opening, we have already opened around 50%. In the process of opening 14,000 salary accounts for Nagar Nigam employees of Lucknow. So this is an area which is giving us a lot of traction, and we have given competitive rates in some of the higher categories of savings account also. We are mobilizing SNA deposits. So overall, we on the term deposit side, retail side, we are aggressively in the market for in terms of rates, and on the CASA side, we are on the also trying to generate more and more salary accounts for the bank.
Okay. And you're also in the bulk market? Are you also
Bulk
raising
market,
bulk?
yeah. Bulk market, we are in the market to the extent of my credit requirement.
Okay.
So that is a balancing factor we do. But we because sometimes bulk rates are now, in fact, sometimes lesser than the segment. But we are conscious on what is the requirement, when is our deployment going to happen. Accordingly, we frame our policies or take
No
deposits.
excess SLR you have? No excess SLR?
How much excess SLR we have?
You have? Okay.
12%. 12%.
Well, okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Manju.
Thank
That
you.
was so Manju was from Indian Banking News. We'll get right back to you. Please allow me to take questions from others. I'll get right back to you towards
Okay.
the
Thank
end.
you. Thank you.
So we have questions in our chat box from others. Mr. Saha, I'll read the questions out to you one by one. So Manoj from Pioneer has asked regarding NPA.
Yeah.
He has asked what is the status of NPA in this term, and if there's any improvement from last term. If not, what steps bank plans for better improvement of NPAs?
Yeah, I think I'm happy to share that my asset quality has continually shown improvement. When we started in March 22, we were at gross NPA was at 12.17%. We reduced it to 11.34 in Q1, and now we are at 9.67. And if I do it on a variable basis, my 9.67 is compared to 14.54 in September 21. So there is a good improvement in my gross NPA. We have been able to bring it down to a single-digit figure. On the net NPA side, we are at now 2.24 and against a 3.81 in September 21 last year. So that shows significant improvement also. As I said earlier, my recovery upgradation has improved from 383 crores to 505 crores in sequentially. My PCR has improved to 89.16. My credit cost is at very low at 0.09, and my slippage ratio is at 0.58. So overall, we have given a guidance that our gross NPA should be below. We had earlier given below 9%. Now we are revising the guidance and we are saying that it will be below, below 10% we had given earlier. Now we are saying that it will be below 9%. Our net NPA, our guidance still remains at below 2%. We had given an earlier guidance of PCR of over 88%. Now we have marginally improved it and we are saying that it will be over 89%. And my credit cost will remain below 1% and my slippage ratio below 1.1. So I think the asset quality will continue to show improvement in the current in the future quarters of the current financial year.
Thank you, Mr. Saha. Our next question is from Vedanta Lahiri from Echo of India, Kolkata. His congratulations for good RAM growth of 16.18%. And what are the reasons for such good numbers? And what are bank's projections for Q3?
Yeah. So as I was saying earlier in a reply to an earlier question, that our bank will primarily try to grow in the RAM segment and have a mix of around 55 to 45, 55 RAM and 45% of corporate. So we are working towards that segment. The current RAM segment growth of 16.18% has been helped by a strong retail growth of 18.95, that is approximately 19%, agriculture 11.86%, MSME 17.46%. Within the retail, our housing loan has grown nearly at 10.81%. Vehicle loan has been 19.76. Personal loan has shown 100%. I would like to submit here that the bank has brought out a new product on pre-approved personal loan category, which is a database, data analytical based, and it is on the digital front now. So that is also giving me traction. We have already done a portfolio of around 130 crores up to September. It has increased further now. It is more than 150 now. So again, our new product has been brought in. So that is giving me a traction. Gold loan, 92.58% of YOY growth. On the MSME front and on the housing loan front, we are having co-lending tie-ups with various NBFCs. We have already built a portfolio of around 500 crores, in fact, more than 500 crores as of now. And we intend to make it around 1,500 to 2,000 crores by the end of the financial year. So all in all, if I sum it up, my RAM segment, we expect a growth around 20 to 22%, BCA 5%, and corporate growth around 7 to 8%. So my overall credit growth of 15% growth still remains as per our earlier guidance.
Thank you, Mr. Saha. Our next question is from Hardeep from Ajit, and he is asking if there are any special offers for benefit of customers.
Yeah. So as I said now, just a few minutes back, that we have rejigged our deposit products and our loan products also. On the deposit front, we have taken our special products on the retail term deposit of 600 days and 601 days and 300 days with very, very attractive rate of interest. We have taken out salary products for the banks to garner more and more salary accounts. We have taken out current account, smart biz accounts, which has good attractive packages in terms of our to augment our current account delivery. And on the asset side also, during the festive season, we brought out various schemes wherein we have waived process fees, and our rate of interest has become very attractive in the asset side, particularly on the retail and MSME side. So we are finding good traction in those segments also, and we expect that whatever corporate goals are regarding our growth story on the credit side will be achieved by this such sort of measures.
Sure, thank you, Mr. Saha. Also, another question from Rajiv, who is from Himprabha, and he has asked regarding new loan schemes for benefit of customers.
New loan schemes. Meeraji, can you just elaborate? I'll just give the briefing. On the new loan schemes, as I said, on the asset side, we have brought out a very attractive e-pledge scheme for warehouse receipts. This is a very, very attractive scheme. I think very few banks have this scheme, wherein we are doing warehouse receipt financing through the e-receipt methodology. So that is an attractive scheme for the customers of the bank. We also took out the various MSME schemes with attractive rate of interest for the new to bank customers. And we carried out a campaign in the name of Satkar, MSME Satkar Plus scheme, and we gave very attractive scheme on that front. We have also running a current campaign now also on the MSMEs and the housing loan front. So these with attractive rate of interest and various concession in the processing fees and other fees. So anything you want to add here? Of course, another scheme of which is very attractive is the pre-approved personal loan scheme. We'll build this portfolio. We have identified around 40,000 plus customers under this scheme, where we have given them offers on a PAPL methodology, and now digitally we are enabling them. And these loans of pre-approved personal loan will be done in 3 clicks only. We have devised our systems and procedures will be coming out shortly in the market with this marketing of this scheme. However, the scheme was already on. Now we have brought it on a digital platform. So this will help me to augment our schemes in a big way.
Thank you, Mr. Saha. I'll read out another question to you, who is from P. Barban from Uttam Hindu. He has asked that in spite of more than 40% branches in north of India, what is your plan specifically for this area?
Yeah. What we have, as you have rightly said, that my concentration of my network is primarily in the northern belt of the country, and we have more than 600 branches in Punjab itself. So we have taken a call on this, and we think that to expand, we need to expand primarily to the other segments in the first phase. So we have identified around 20, the approvals we internally have got for 50 branches. So initially, we will be, we have identified places of 25 branches pan-India, other than the northern belt, particularly in the eastern, western sides and the southern sides. And we have already opened 2 out of them in Rajasthan recently in October itself. So we will be opening 25 branches in the current financial year, and the next another round of 25 in the next financial year. One more area where we, in terms of our delivery network, we like to increase our corporate BC network. So we have floated an RFP for a corporate BC. So we expect to engage 2,000 to 5,000 BCs in a period of over 6 months' time, so that will also enable my financial services delivery to the common citizens of the country.
Thank you, Mr. Saha. Also, Mr. Lahiri had a request to speak to you, but Mr. Lahiri, you will first have to accept my request to unmute yourself. It's only then that you could speak. Kindly raise your hands by clicking on the hand icon next to your name if you want to ask questions. Manju, I can again see your hand raised. I'll unmute you to ask further questions. Hi, Manju, can you hear me? You are unmuted. You may please go ahead to ask. So, Mr. Ajmera, I have sent you a request to unmute.
Yes, I have unmuted myself. I was waiting for a long time.
Mr. Ajmera, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So, sir, now my couple of questions in this round. One is on the IT front, on the digital front. I think we have made some good progress, and I think at the end of the previous year, also we have launched certain products. And now you are saying that your personal loan is also digitalized and only on 3 clicks. So, will you elaborate a little more on our IT digitalization or going in the digital way, like for all the retail products or MSME product? And how are we going forward, and what kind of budgeting we have for it, and the timeline for it? This is one question.
Yeah, can I answer that?
Yeah, please, so that I go to another.
Yeah. See, as far as the IT technology platform is concerned, we are going through a process of upgradation from Finacle 7 to Finacle 10, which we intend to complete. It has started in May of the current year. So any project of this size takes around 14 to 16 months time. So the technological upgradation of our Finacle 7 to 10 will targeted to complete by June 23. That is number one. And number two, till then, whatever whatever Finacle 7 is adaptable to in terms of improving my digital products, we will be taking them one by one. And once the Finacle 7 to 10 migration happens by June 23, we can take the digital agenda very strongly ahead in terms of, because any digital agenda has to have a strong technological platform. Notwithstanding about this technological platform, what I mean to say is that we have taking out new products on the digital side. We first of all, in March, we made us humble beginning, having the unique app, my mobile app, and there were certain inconsistencies. There are some operative issues that had to be resolved. So one by one, we have resolved them. So my rating of my on my unique app, which was around 2.6 in the Google Play Store, has slowly crept and moved up to 4.3, 4.4. So it has moved above 4. So first of all, we had to address that issue, that the operative issue for a customer user should not discourage him or her for using my app. So that is the first thing we did. Second thing, what we are doing, we are trying to bring in more and more value-added services. As we'll be bringing in the PAPL, the pre-approved personal loan through this product. We are also going to bring in the online account opening. We are in the final stage. The video KYC part has just to be, the UAT and all that is going on. So maybe in a month or so, we'll be able to bring that full-fledged in the system, wherein we will be able to open online accounts through the app itself. And we'll be upgrading. We have devised various products accordingly. We will be moving to WhatsApp banking. We'll be moving to cardless cash withdrawal and customer acquisition via digital platforms. So these are some of the areas we need to venture upon. And on the asset side also, we like to be a bit focused on our digital part, on particularly on the e-renewal, means renewal and digital process. So auto renewal will also be implemented in accounts. At least we'll start with below 10 lakhs of MSME accounts. STP Mudra will also, on the Mudra type accounts, we'll also bring them on the digital platform, and various other areas of products we'll be bringing them one by one on the digital platform. So we have a lot of what do you call objectives in the digital area. I am very sure that once this will move parallel to our technological upgradation project. So once the total migration happens from 7 to 10, I think we will have a launch pad to go very big on our digital journey.
Sir, my second question in this round is, what is our total restructured book, including the COVID restructured and the previous to COVID restructured book? And what is the, can you give some color on that book, that how much, according to your experience, may slip into NPA out of the restructured books, sir? Standard restructured.
Yeah. Under the COVID resolution, we have given in slide number 33. Under the COVID resolution 1 and 2, we have 39 crores plus 1,090 crores. So that is around 2,400 crores of our book. And we find that, yes, out of that 1,276 crores, which is outstanding under GECL, we find that in Q1, slippages was 16.93 crores, and Q2 there were slippages was 14 crores. So overall 30 crores have slipped in Q1 and Q2 from the GECL book.
Okay.
And yeah, so that is the color. Dr. Yadav, if you want to add something on this?
No, I think it's absolutely okay, fine, and we have very little amount other than this COVID and OTR framework announced by the RBI. It is total is 2,604 crores, and stress is not much therein.
Sir, coming on this, our loan book, the interest rates have gone up. EBLR is 100%, effective immediately. MCLR out of 190 basis point, how much have you passed on to the customer in terms of the like 65 basis or 70 basis point out of 190 points? And what is the composition? Is there any fixed rate advances still there in our books? And what is the percentage of EBLR, MCLR, and other rates in the credit book?
See, I think the entire question can be answered in one simple answer that EBLR, our component is 31%, MCLR is 51%, total is 82% in this component. So the EBLR is automatically passed on immediately in a T+1 basis, and MCLR, our ALCO decides from time to time depending on our cost of funds, etc. So 82% of my portfolio is on a EBLR slash MCLR.
And how much in the MCLR like increase has taken place out of 190 basis point, which has been increased? Our increase in MCLR, how much has been passed on?
That anyone, Amune? In MCLR, in MCLR.
In MCLR.
Can you have an answer to that? I'll give it to as we discuss the other questions. I'll give you the answer. Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Sir, our cost to income ratio is still
Yeah.
improved, but it's still higher at 65.30
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
compared to some of the banks of even your size or little bigger than this. So any plan or any target and object about bringing it down to lower percentage?
Yeah. See, we started the year at on a cost to income ratio of around 61%, right? So due to the decreased income on the investment side from the treasury, our cost to income ratio had increased substantially in Q1. But I'm happy to tell you that in Q2, we have been able, in spite of having a lesser treasury income compared to earlier periods, our cost to income ratio, we have been able to roll back substantially from Q1 to 65.30, to 65.30. So the strategy is that to increase income as much as possible. So my other income has to increase. So if you see our core fee income slide, that is also showing some traction in terms of our YOY and sequential growth. So that's why we are bringing in new products on the third party side. We'll be launching a co-branding credit card very shortly. We will be bringing out a standalone health partner. All RFPs also on the final stages. We'll be bringing out a wealth management RFP very shortly. We'll have wealth management. We'll be focusing on our non-fund business of commission exchange, and we have rationalized some of our income charges, etc. So overall, we are very conscious of the cost to income ratio. Is absolutely, you are right, is the highest in the industry, but we'll slowly bring it back, and by the March 23, we expect it to be below March 22. And going forward, we'll try to bring it down to 55% on March 24.
That's great, sir. Sir, one thing on this pension additional pension burden which is there, revised revision punch, and also the wage revision which is expected. Like how much have we? I have not, because today 3 banks results were there, so I couldn't go exactly in detail of every slide. So what is the how much is being amortized for future out of this amount? And new wage revision again is coming up. So are we cushioned for that? What kind of burden?
Yeah. We are adequately cushioned, and in our in terms of pension, how much we have? 48 crores yearly हमें करना है, and 12 crores per quarter. So how much is still left? 165 crores is still left. So we are, as per the regulations, we are doing it on a quarter-on-quarter basis on a 12 crores per quarter. And as far as the settlement is concerned, we are okay. We will now the process is starting, but we are comfortable in that area. We don't have.
Sir, any kind of divergence in any RBI inspection or anything? Anything has
no significant divergence.
Okay, the inspection is done and the report has come.
It is under process. It has not been formally conveyed to us, but we understand from initial discussion there is no significant But we still have to wait for the actual report to come. So once we get the report, we'll be able to in a position to comment granularly on it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I just leave again a thought with you all is, increasing the credit book, the loan book, which is ultimately our business and which will only bring down all our ratio, making them attractive. Because if you, though I don't want to name, but if you take the example of, say, smaller bank, maybe just double of your size only, Bank of Maharashtra, the way they have grown and in spite and controlled the entire gross NPA, net NPA, everything, no further major slippages, 26, 27%, and a proper balancing of corporate book also. Corporate is as such is not bad. You have to be selective. I mean, you have to open up. You have to accordingly send the messages down the line to the people that yes, they are welcome. You see, this is how with a proper composition we can grow a little faster and make some more money for the bank and make some of these ratios, little attractive for everyone, for the investors also to come in this bank and invest. Though the the number of shares are very less in the floating, but still that will boost the confidence of the people. Sir. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity of
Thank
this
you.
great interaction. Thank you.
Thank you. Might I please remind everyone, those who want to ask a question can request to unmute themselves by clicking on the hand icon next to their names on the screen. I can see Manju's hand raised. I'll unmute you, Manju. Please accept my request to speak.
Good evening, Diksha. Diksha, this is John Manil, Kolkata. I have Mr. Vedanta Lahiri with me from Miko, India. He wants to speak to our MD, sir. I have some questions. Kindly allow.
Hi. Yes, good evening. Please go ahead, Mr. Lahiri.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
পশ্চিমবঙ্গে পাঞ্জাব ও সিন্ধ ব্যাংকের কি কোনো শাখা খুলবে বা আগামী দিনে পাঞ্জাব ও সিন্ধ ব্যাংকের ব্যবসা পশ্চিমবঙ্গে বাড়ানোর কি পরিকল্পনা রয়েছে?
আমি এটা হিন্দিতে জবাব দিচ্ছি for the benefit of all the listeners. For West Bengal, yes, like in any other state, we will be focusing on expansion. We are lining up. हम लोग कुछ branches खोलने के लिए भी हम वहाँ पे सोच रहे हैं. हम सर्वे कर रहे हैं कहाँ पे पोटेंशियल है और पंजाब सिंध बैंक का विजिबिलिटी वेस्ट बंगाल एंड कोलकाता एंड द सराउंडिंग एरियाज में भी बढ़ेगा एंड वी आर वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स दैट. तो हमारा प्रोजेक्ट वहाँ पे एक्सपेंशन का प्रोजेक्ट अब हम जारी है. हम कोशिश करेंगे कि जितना से जल्दी उसको एक्सपैंड करें.
এছাড়া পশ্চিমবঙ্গে এনপিএ কমানোর জন্য ব্যাংকের তরফ থেকে কি কি উদ্যোগ নেওয়া হয়েছে?
देखिए, एनपीए तो एक रेगुलेटरी फेनोमेना है और कोलकाता जहाँ जो बाकी जो स्टेट्स है वो सारे स्टेट्स में जो हम अलग से कोई अलग सा पैकेज तो है नहीं. जो बैंक का पॉलिसीज है वो पॉलिसीज हम इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं. रेगुलेटरी जो कंप्लायंसेस हैं रिकवरी का वो हम एश्योर करते हैं और उस एरिया का जो भी कस्टमर्स हैं हम उनसे लगातार कांटेक्ट में हैं. वहाँ पे जोनल ऑफिस है, ब्रांचेस हैं, लगातार संपर्क में है और वो कोशिश करते हैं कि कस्टमर्स को समझाए रीपेमेंट करने का फ़ायदा क्या है, रीपेमेंट करने से नया लोन कैसे आसानी से और मिल सकता है. तो हम ये कस्टमर एजुकेशन में ही हम करते हैं टाइम टू टाइम. तो हम ये जो प्लान हमारा ऑल इंडिया बेसिस में है वो वेस्ट बंगाल के लिए भी सेम रहेगा.
আর দেশের অন্যান্য রাজ্যের সঙ্গে মানে সাযুজ্য বজায় রেখে কি পশ্চিমবঙ্গেও কি ব্যবসাটা র্যাম ক্ষেত্রে ব্যবসাটা কি বাড়ছে?
Mehra ji, the question is whether the expansion in West Bengal is in line with the other areas of the state countries. Growth in RAM is in line. What feedback I get is that the RAM segment बाकी जगह में है स्टेट्स में वैसे ही ग्रोथ वेस्ट बंगाल में भी हो रहा है.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, Mr. Lahiri. So I think we are done with our conference. I don't see any more hands being raised. Might I ask everyone once again, those who wants to ask a question can raise their hands or type their question in the chat box. All right, so we will conclude our today's analyst meet. Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, I'm sorry. I think we have Manju. Manju, I sent you a request to raise your hand to speak.
Yeah. I know. Just wanted to ask Mr. Saha, like, what will be your, how will you now reshape the bank? What are your plans now that you have taken charge of the bank? I mean, what will be your?
Yeah. See, the bank, historic bank of 114 years, and as any organization, any public sector bank in the country, the bank had gone through rough patches, had its ups and downs. But the great part is that the last year, in the financial year 21-22, the bank was able to make a historic turnaround and recorded the highest annual profit of 1,039 crores, which is the highest in the history of the bank. So with that base as of March 22, we now intend to make this bank a future ready and a techno savvy bank. We want to make this bank a bank which is the most efficient bank in the country. The bank may be small, but we will work on the efficiency parameters of the bank and try to make it the most efficient bank in the country. For that, we have various projects in mind. Number one is to get the technological platform up and running on upgraded version by June 23, number one. Number two, bring the digital agenda in the bank very strongly. So we'll be bringing the digital agenda. We have started taking steps on that. We'll be working on fintech collaborations, aligning with fintechs. Co-lending will be one of our key business areas. We have tied up with various NBFCs. We are in the online platform. We'll be bringing in a lot more convenience on WhatsApp banking, tab banking. So digitally will be on one of the key areas. The third area, of course, would be the business growth. The bank, due to various issues of the past, could not grow in a desired fashion and had fallen back vis-a-vis the other banks. So bring the growth story back into the bank with not repeating the past mistakes, with good underwriting skills, underwriting systems and processes. For that, what we have done, we have segregated the sourcing and sanction in a complete way. The entire back office, the entire processing above 10 lakh loans is now at the back end. So we have done that part. We are bringing in new products. We are working on succession planning. We will be opening up for, as I said, on the asset side and on the deposit side, various products. The bank need to give new products and customize them. Call center would be a big project for the bank. We'll try to make the call center as a profit center of the bank, both incoming calls and outgoing calls. The outgoing calls will be utilized not only for sourcing of leads, but also for collection efficiency. We'll be trying to improve the collection efficiency of the call center. So we have a host of measures lined up for the bank. And as the bank progresses, as I said, the technological platform also has to be put in place. We need to do technological upgrade, collaborations on purchasing pool accounts from various NBFCs. So that process is also on. So we are conscious of how the importance of technological integration. Our HR areas, we are trying to get the best of the people from the market on a contractual basis. We have already positioned a chief risk officer from the market. We are in the process of identifying various CXOs also, and including a chief digital officer also. So we will be moving in various directions, and on quarter, I'm sure you will find the changes coming in the bank gradually, and we will reveal those things as it comes and when it comes.
Okay. Your internet banking interface is very good, I must say.
Oh,
it's very user friendly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a current account. It's very user friendly.
Okay, thanks. That's nice to hear. And we have created this omni channel. This is, I think, one of the few banks which has an omni channel experience in mobile and internet banking. So we are going to improve the digital platform in a very strong way. And thanks for your feedback. It will encourage us to do better.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saha, for the briefing. So with this, we conclude our analyst conference for today. Thank you everyone for joining the virtual analyst meet. You can also reach out to me or anyone from my team in case if you have any queries or any follow-up questions. We'll be happy to help. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.